Hello, folks. This is Austin. I am a benefits consultant and insurance broker, and I wanted to talk to you about something that I find is very important, especially for people who are in sales or in the service industry. When I say sales, of course, I mean people such as myself, insurance brokers, or sales agents of any kind. Whether you sell energy or whether you sell business to business, or even if you're in, say, the food and beverage industry. And I'm talking specifically about the type of services that you can go through the company or you can go through a sales agent. Now, I know for a number of people, say if you go to a bar or restaurant, I have a number of friends that are bartenders. And the other day I was at a bar, I'm good friends with the folks there because I'm a regular. And even when I'm not drinking, I make sure that I tip my bartenders rather generously, because I think that being in that space, they don't work for free, and it's important to let them know that I appreciate their service. Now, I was at the bar the other day, wasn't drinking, just drinking like pineapple juice or cranberry juice, and being friendly with the bartender, I could tell that he was a little upset about something. So I asked him, and he showed me one of the receipts that he got from a customer, and they had put a line through the tip. Now, I find this very troubling because there are a number of people out here who use the services of these people, and some of you may not understand why that is very important that you tip your bartenders or tip your server, your waiter or waitress at a restaurant. Or that if you're using a service such as, working with an insurance broker and they're helping you out, helping you to navigate through your, whether it be health insurance or life insurance or any type of other products. If you have a person that's helping you with this, it's very important that the workman is worthy of their hire, as some might say, or as I was taught. So if a person is helping you out, it is very important that you compensate them for the time that they're spending with you. As I tell anybody when I give a presentation, whether it be a sales presentation or whether I'm just educating people about the services that I provide, I do what I do out of goodwill, and I like to do well doing good, but doing good for people isn't going to put gas in my car. Doing good is not going to feed me nor my family. So it is very important that when you see your bartender, you make sure that they know that you appreciate them. So give them a tip. Tip them, 15, 18, 20, 25%. More than that if they're really doing a good job for you. In fact, tipping is more important than buying the product in the first place, because for some of you who may not know, bartenders don't get paid that much, outside of tips. And at the end of the night, they look at all these, all the money that's in the tip jar or all the money that has been tipped on the receipts. And a lot of times at these places, they split, the tip amongst them. Now, I think it's very important that, they get appreciated, because I go to certain places and, I'm familiar with, some of you might be familiar with going to places and the service wasn't that great. And you might look at it in two ways. Number one, you might look at it like, oh, well, they don't deserve a tip because, well, they did a terrible job. And sometimes that is the case. But sometimes you may have to just think that this person is a human. And maybe the reason why their service sucks the day that you go is because they're not getting tipped well and they're not being treated well. And a lot of times, your server, some people like good, compliments like, oh, you're doing a great job, you're excellent. I was even at a lunch the other day with some of my colleagues, and in addition to our boss paying for our meal and of course tipping, my manager herself even gave a tip to our waiter because he was so good. He was excellent. I was like, wow, this is the best waiter I've had in a long time. And it was awesome because he knew that we appreciated his service. So I wanted to end by saying that, someone you're working with, I had this happen to me the other day, which I don't really show my frustration to my customers because I don't think it's professional. But I was helping someone, find a health insurance plan that worked for them. And I told them I was a broker, and if there's any insurance company or insurance product that they would like to go through, that I could provide it for them. And it kind of was upsetting because I emailed this person some information on plans. I called them back a little bit later, like a week later, to see, okay, did you decide to choose something? And they chose the exact same product that I sent information on to them in an email. And then after I got with them, they asked me to send them more information. Now, as a professional, I'm thinking to myself, yes, I'll help this person out. But I'm less inclined to do that when they went and signed up for something after I advised them on it. So anyway, a lot of us sales professionals do not get paid an hourly wage. A lot of us only get paid when we sell a product, or like those in the restaurant industry, we get paid when you tip. So to show your appreciation and also to make sure that your service is better on your next visit, I think it's very important that you remember that these people are human beings. They've got families. They've got to eat. They've got to put gas in their car. And it's important that you show your appreciation by tipping. Thanks, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday.